Previously on Talk That Talk. The control, the dominance of wanting to be in control of somebody.
Gotcha. Unfortunately, yes, right? And so my Fox sister Phoenicia, she put it in the chat. I think her and I we was like this because I was Googling crab in the bucket, and she put in the chat crab in the barrel mentality, right? So I think as Black people, we are so used to not being, right? We're so used to not being acknowledged. We're so used to not being having or being able to have the answer, be able to understand or be able to know or be able to have the right to be able to choose or have our way or what have you, right? So when we do get that, we like, oh no, it's me, it's not him, it's me, right? I have to have that. I need to let you know that I know that you know that I'm the one that came up with this shit. I'm the one that's really doing the work on this. So yeah, absolutely. Because at the end of the day, them other folks, everybody can eat. We not accustomed to everybody can eat. It's either you eat, either you get in or you get lost. That's a hood mentality. Either you get what you gotta get, or you done. Either you make your placement or you done. Whereas here, everybody can get a little piece of the pie because everybody has substantial needs. Everybody has connections. Everybody has network. Everybody has the foundation to be able to whatever, what have you. And everybody's vow, everybody's say so is equally as important. Whereas for us, the top token black person is the one that gets all the clout. So I think that levels down into how all this stuff plays out. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not used to being able to say, like, okay, like these things need to be done in a certain particular type of way. But yet there are many people that go into making this happen. No, it's me, because we're not used to that acknowledgement. And unfortunately, that expounds upon itself and becomes what we're dealing with in today. Long story
short. Quan?
Oh, I do, because we're all educators on here. I do want to say something that I was reading recently about the crab in the barrel mentality. So first of all, we have to truly, as black people, acknowledge that we have to first acknowledge that the barrel or the environment that was created was not created, and we're not in our normal homeostasis, or we're not in our normal environment, first of all. So when we speak about crab in the barrel, that is something that's man-made and that has been manipulated over years, that we've been placed in overall, what we see of today. Like, that's not how we truly operate. That's not our original mentality, right? So we're going to agree with that. But another thing what people fail to realize is we always say crab in the barrel mentality, but we don't understand the crabs. So if you look at crabs in the ocean, they operate together in pods, in groups. And the reason why we all get in the same bucket together is because when one grabs one, what's supposed to happen is the other one grabs them, because his mentality is, I'm gonna pull him back down into our normal state. Right now, what's taking place is, from our university level, I look at it like this. I'm an underground railroad person. I'm a conductor. I'm trying to get kids to freedom through education and knowledge, because the truth is they're ignorant. All of us are educators. So we're trying to push, and we're whatever avenue, through dance, through flags, band, whatever, we're trying to get them free. The problem is, though, we are going up against an environment that they don't understand, that they're in darkness. That's the problem. And then the unfortunate thing is, the tokens, like that you said, Maya, that's at that upper level, they're so concerned about staying there because they're afraid that they'll be pulled back down as well, to where they'll keep the status quo with the mentality of, oh, I got mine. Like, I got mine and we're good. We have to be, as African Americans, we got to do better with truly seeing the problem. And it would be ideal not to air it publicly, but if we don't air it publicly, it's gonna keep happening. That's why I'm happy Roland Martin did this whole spiel on it, because it wouldn't have changed. Now people need to look at the books to be like, well, how much money is the band getting? So you're telling me a 300 or whatever their number amount band is not getting funded properly? So where the money going? Like, that's a whole different auditing process, because now all this money that these students bring in, if it's $23,000 times 300, and you're telling me y'all could just automatically cut the budget by 60%, that don't make sense. So I think we need to look at us as we're not in our proper environment, and we just need to get better and pull each other up.
I feel you. I feel you. My only debate is why. Why is it that somebody has to raise a flag to say something ain't right for somebody to look and be like, damn, what are the numbers? Because when we building the 5th engineering building on campus, ain't nobody look twice at the budget. Them STEM kids, they want something, yeah, they get it. You know what I'm saying? Like the money, now this may be controversial, the money could possibly come after they graduate. The band money, the people that are bringing your people, your students to the institution in real time, that comes now. So why do we have to have an audit on who's paying what's money is going where are we losing out, what have you? But then when the same year term, a different institute, or not institution, but a different entity or a different subdivision is wanting some money, they can just get it off top. But the band is asking, hey, I need $100,000. I got 20 kids, 200 out-of-state students, whatever the numbers are. I got to fight tooth and nail. But the engineering kids or the STEM kids or whoever say, hey, I need $100,000, boom. Now somebody from somewhere donated $1 million anonymously. You know what I'm saying? That's my only part about that, because why now does the band and the arts have to suffer in real time?
So one thing
I know why.
Go ahead.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we got you.
Hey, it's been one of them nights. Y'all hear my voice? It's been one of them nights, but I'm here.
I hear you, baby.
That's one of them.
That's my baby. I love me some Portia, baby.
So it's because we're not considered a sport. We're not considered to be the ones that are bringing money into the school, when that's not the case. I don't mean no harm. Norfolk State hasn't had, and no shade, hasn't had a winning football team since I got there in 2005. Those people are coming to that stadium to see the Legion.
Thank you.
There might be some parents in there that's coming to see their baby play football, but 99.9% of the time, those people are buying tickets to see the Legion. You don't believe me? Watch how that whole Dick Price clear out after halftime. Period. Because
been doing it
that's
for
why
years.
they're coming. That's why they're coming. The other part is that, and I said this with Norfolk after the Julian spoke on the situation that happened and how they cut the budget by 60% after all of that stuff went down, and the money is just being put back, and that money that went that long way then doesn't go that long way now. But you want to know why? Because we've been making shit shake without it. So they feel like if you've been making it work without it, you don't really need it. And that's part of the problem, because we want to still give the kids a good experience. We want to still put out a good product, but at the same time, we're shooting ourselves in the foot. We don't want to fail. We don't want to be like, this is the result of us not having what we need. Us making shit shake is shooting us in the foot, because they're like, well, I mean, you've been able to put this product out there without that money, but to what end? To what detriment? So, it's the perspective. You don't need it because you haven't had it, and you've been doing all of these things. The other thing is that we're not looked at in the same light as sports teams. But I don't mean no harm. If you had a pep rally and only invited the football team, who coming to that?
Thank you.
You can invite us to everything on campus. I said this the other day. We went to stuff on campus, but when I tell you weekly, this version of the Legion has something to do. Everything they have, and I'm talking about everything they do, they hitting our line like, we need y'all to come, but we don't get the same luxuries. So something is wrong with it. The math ain't mathing.